Temperatures in Europe have risen by more than double the global average. If nothing is done, rising temperatures will get to a point that is too extreme for almost anyone's survival.
The temperatures in Europe are rising very rapidly due to the effects of human activities. They are rising by 0.5 degrees Celsius per decade.
So the primary cause for the speeding up of temperature is the release of greenhouse gases through lots of different human interactions. So deforestation, combustion engines and burning fossil fuels, agricultural practices.
Rising temperatures are the cause of many environmental changes. Rising temperatures in Europe have caused glaciers to rapidly melt. Alpine glaciers in Europe have lost 30 meters in ice thickness in 25 years. This has contributed to the rise of sea levels, leading to coastal erosion and the damage of many roads and bridges.
Rising temperatures in Europe are drying up lakes and rivers by accelerating the evaporation process. The Loire River is the largest river in France and its riverbeds are drying up. Most of its riverbeds aren't more than 25 centimeters deep.
The environmental changes are affecting the living organisms in nearby areas. Not all species are equipped to tolerate warm temperatures. Rising temperatures can cause species to move to new areas in search of a suitable habitat. This can lead to the competition of resources between species. The increase of invasive species spreading could also result in negative impacts on native species and their environment.
Similarly, fires in Europe are becoming more common because the rising temperatures are drying both the air and the ground. Fires are destroying ecosystems that provide shelter for plants and animals. These organisms without shelters are at risk of predators killing them.
You can just observe the consequences of the rise of the temperature.
50 years ago, the rate of rising temperatures was 0.23 degrees Celsius, which is half of what it currently is.
In the next 50 years, rising temperatures will continue to rise. According to the European Environment Agency, temperatures are projected to rise quicker than the global average at around 3.5 degrees Celsius by the year 2100.
In addition to everything else, rising temperatures are endangering many species in Europe. Due to the extremely hot climate, soil is getting very dry. Because of this, worms and bugs have been going deeper into the soil to find moisture. This means that any species that eat worms have trouble finding their food. One of these species is hedgehogs, who are severely affected by this event.
Once I found a hedgehog, and it was summer, it was really dry, and the hedgehog was sick. And then, after a few weeks, even though the hedgehog was playing with my cats and that he was very happy, it wasn't too dry anymore, so we put him back in the forest.
Mr. Quinard experienced firsthand how rising temperatures are affecting hedgehogs. Rising temperatures have caused warmer winters. Because of this, hedgehogs tend to wake up in the middle of hibernation. Unfortunately, at this time, food is at its lowest, making it hard for hedgehogs to reproduce. Reproduction rates of hedgehogs are slowly declining.
Rising temperatures have made it very hard for hedgehogs to find food, causing some of them to starve and for their population size to decrease dramatically. In 1950, there were about 30 million hedgehogs, and now only about 1 million hedgehogs remain. The hedgehog population size has been decreasing at about 8.3% per decade.
Additionally, the decline of hedgehogs is threatening other populations on the food chain. Hedgehogs mainly feed on worms. This being said, the decrease in hedgehogs will lead to an increase in worm populations. A study published in the journal of Zoology found that the decline of hedgehogs in the UK led to an increased amount of earthworm numbers that affected soil health and nutrition cycling.
Badgers and foxes are also affected by the declining number of hedgehogs in Europe. They are two of the main hedgehog predators in Europe. The declining number of hedgehogs is making it so that there's less food for the badgers and the foxes. Additionally, foxes are already endangered in Europe, so the decreasing number of hedgehogs is only worsening the situation.
The hedgehog population is forced to migrate, adapt, or die because of the environmental changes.
If temperatures continue increasing at the same pace that they have been increasing, it is no proving that hedgehogs will die. Migrating is not an option for hedgehogs because there is no suitable place for them to go that is accessible and has enough nutrition. They cannot adapt either because their reproduction rate is too slow, and if they were to adapt, it would take them centuries.
The rising temperatures have caused a change in the hedgehog hibernation pattern. They used to sleep from October to March and now sleep from December to April, often waking up in the middle because of the warm air. If nothing is done, it is likely that the hedgehog population will go extinct in the next 50 years.
Moreover, rising temperatures have been causing problems for people in Europe.
Rising temperatures cause very hot and dry conditions, which make it easier for fires to spread faster and burn for longer. Because of this, there have been a lot of wildfires in Europe. According to the Joint Research Center, there have been about 86% more wildfires in Europe in 2022 than in 2021. It is because of rising temperatures that this number is increasing so rapidly. Because of the increasing number of wildfires and smoke, air quality has worsened.
Bad air quality has a significant impact on human health and well-being. According to the European Environment Agency, 96% of the urban population was exposed to levels of fine particulate matter above the latest health-based guideline set by the World Health Organization. Reduced air quality can cause cardiovascular and respiratory diseases, which in some cases can even cause death. Extreme temperatures can also lead to heat exhaustion and heat strokes.
So I think it has to be addressed from two angles. One, to reduce our emission of those greenhouse gases, and the second thing is to try to start mitigating or reabsorbing all of the excess greenhouse gases.
While the temperatures in Europe are rising quite rapidly, there is a way to save the hedgehog species. The solution is to plant more shade trees, and 63 other individuals agree with our plan to help save the hedgehog.
Trees can help regulate temperatures in the atmosphere by providing shade and by reducing air pollution. Trees can also reduce the amount of soil erosion by holding the soil together with their roots. They help regulate water cycles by storing the water after heavy rainfall and then slowly releasing it over time. Trees can also have a significant impact on biotic factors. They provide many animals with a place to live as well as food such as fruits, nuts, and leaves. All of these impacts help to increase the overall biodiversity of Europe by leading to more variation between organisms.
There's already an organization fighting global warming by planting trees. The Nature Conservancy organization called Plant a Billion Trees raises money to plant trees to help restore critical forests across the globe. They have successfully restored forests and protected wildlife in many different locations, including the United States, Latin America, India, Canada, and Africa. If we want to reduce global warming, we need more support for organizations like this who put so much effort into saving the planet. Let's reduce temperatures and save the hedgehogs.
Save the planet!